Okay, as we continue on this video to finish designing this part, this outside part for that holds our solar panel brackets and also allows us to put our set screw in to tighten it up onto the ball. We're going to continue this design, and let's go back and see where we are in the process. Again, we're rolling the playhead back and forth to see and to figure out how this part was reverse engineered. Just take one more step. So obviously right now, this next step, let me click on this, it shows these two fillets here. So let's go see what those fillets are, and let's look at the radius. Looks like 1 millimeter. Okay, we can do that. So we'll come back over here to this part here. We'll select this one and rotate this up and select that one, and we'll set a fillet of 1 degree. Okay, so we'll put that in, hit OK. And that's got the fillet in. Looks very similar to the previous one. Let's continue on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this over here like that and see what was added. I do not see what was added here, so let me continue. Let's see what we did here. Do an edit. We'll edit that feature. It looks like it came down 1/4 of a millimeter. So we'll do the same to ours, okay, because I want to be as close as I can to that previous part. So 1/4 of a millimeter down. Let's go back up here and look at that. Rotate this up. We'll select that, and we'll do an extrude, and we'll say 0.25. Okay, that came down. My guess is this is the same issue. So let's come over here to that one. Scroll over, and let's see if it'll snap onto that. Yeah, let's do an edit feature, see what that one is. Again, that one looks like it goes up. It goes up 1/2 millimeter. So I'm going to exit that. Let's see here. Oh, that was actually a cut. Actually, let me look at that again. Edit feature. Let's double check what I'm looking at. Yeah, it was a cut, and it looks like it went down 1/2 millimeter. Okay, we'll try that too. Come over here to this. Click on that guy, and we'll do a extrude, and we're going to say cut. Okay, and we're going to say 0.5 millimeters. All right, it's going up. Let's see if I think we should be going down. Is that right? Let's go ahead and try that out and see what it does. Looks like it didn't do anything. Okay, I'm going to go back to that again, edit it. Now, if we have to come back and change this and fix it because we got something wrong, that's not a big problem. We just roll down the timeline and take care of it when we get there. Okay, so creeping right along, let's roll out here, and let's go to the next feature. Looks like that one went up 1/2 millimeter. All right, let's check that out. Okay, I'm going to right mouse click, edit that. Yeah, I went up a negative 25. Okay, 0.25. Let's come back over here to this guy, rotate up. I'm doing exactly like that previous one was done, doing extrude cut. Negative 0.25 of a millimeter up. Okay, cut that. Let's see if this is right. Now let's go to the next feature here. Okay, what did I do on this one? I'm not sure, so let's edit the feature and see what happened. I went down 0.25. It looks like I was correcting this as I went along. Okay, so we'll go back over here to our part, and we're going to go rotate that down. We'll select that face. We'll go extrude, negative 0.25. And that shows it to cut. Okay, I hope we got it right this time. Let's go ahead and save this file just to be on the safe side real quick. Alright, got it saved. We'll come back over here to this guy, and let's keep going. Looks like we got a new sketch here. Wonder what that is. So we apparently have a new sketch. Not sure what the sketch is. Let's go ahead and right mouse click and edit that sketch. Okay, edit. And looks like I put a circle down here on this end, and let's do that as well. Actually, I'm in the wrong file. I need to go back to the other file. Okay, so let's go to the top view, roll out here, and we're going to place a sketch right here, and we're going to use a 2-point circle. We'll grab that in there, grab this end here. I think we got it in. Let's look at it in 3D. Let's go back to this other one. Look at it in 3D, and let's roll the feature over and see what happened. Okay, finish the sketch. I think that's it right there. Yep, put that in. We'll do the same thing. So we'll do an extrude, hit the E key to extrude, grab this, come down here and grab that one, And looks like we got that moved over. Looks great. Okay. Quick save. Make sure we're saving our files. We'll come back to this other one here. And again, this is the process of reverse engineering. And it's a tedious process, but it's a process we got to do. So let's edit this feature here and see what the sketch is all about. I'm not seeing this one. Let's make sure that all our sketches are turned on. I'll click on this. That. I don't see this sketch. Let's keep going. So this guy here apparently shows that. I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'm going to keep going. And I'm not sure what that sketch is about, but you know, when you get into the hot and heavy parts of design, sometimes you're going so fast you're not really sure what all it is you've designed. So we're going to go to the next sketch. Okay, we'll click on this one. Let's do a right mouse click, edit sketch. And what did he do here? Oh, I know what happened here. Okay, what happened here was we created a slot that we can we created a bulge right here, so we have a slot to put our midpoint vertical supports on. Okay, so let's continue with that. Let's actually do that sketch. So I'm going to go back to this part here, and I'm going to go to sketch. I'm going to go to this top plane here. I'm going to create a construction line. I want to find the center of that circle, which is right here. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go, or I'm just going to go to about right there. Then we'll come back to this sketch. We'll hit the I key for inspect, and we're going to figure out how long that line is from here to there. Okay, yeah, it says 40 millimeters. Okay, we'll go with that. 40 millimeters. Okay, so we'll come back over here to this, and we'll do a dimension, and we'll say 40 millimeters. Okay, good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get a measurement on that radius right there, and that appears to be a diameter of 12. I'm going to copy that, come back over here. I'm going to create a circle, and I'm going to do a control V for that 12, put that in. That looks good. Alright, let's make that a solid. Got that as a solid. Okay, let's go back, take a look at this one. Okay, alright, I think I can do it. We just eyeball that in from what I can see. So we'll just come over here with a line going this way. Yeah, it works. And make sure it's a solid line. Grab that, make sure it's solid. And I'm just going to draw an arbitrary line from here, the center, up to this. I don't think there's any real critical. Well, we can go back and take a look at that. We can catch an angle, so let's go to measure. Let's go from here to there, and let's see if we can get an angle. Yeah, it looks like 140.9 degrees. Okay. So we'll do a dimension on that. Just try to get as close as we can. We'll say 140.9 degrees. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Hit go ahead and hit our trim command, which go to our shortcut key, get trim. You can also hit the TR or the T key for trim, so that'll put it in. Okay, let's go back and look at what happened after that. Let's go look at the feature. Okay, looks like he did a. I can get this thing. I'll finish the sketch. Yeah, moved over to. Whoops. Move that back. Okay, so he put that bulge in, like you see right there. All right. Let's go ahead one more step over, and he put that fillet in. Another step over, and he put that fillet in. Okay, we can do that. So we'll go ahead and extrude this part from this feature here. We'll grab that, hit the extrude command. We'll come down here and just select that edge. Okay, and we don't want to cut, we want to join. Okay, so we got that. Okay, we'll accept that, and now we'll hit the fillet command. And we're going to rotate around here, and we're going to select that. And I thought I said 2, but let's go check that just to be on the safe side. Come back over here. We're going to check that fillet out, which is this one right here. Edit. Oh, it's 3. Okay, we can fix that. So we'll put the 3 in there. right mouse click, edit feature, and we'll say 3. Okay, hit the tab key, enter. Probably need to fix this one here too, so we'll right mouse click on that feature, and let's double check that. I may have already edited that one. Let's go ahead and right mouse click, edit feature. That's at a 3. Oh, I did get the wrong one. Oh, that's not smart. Okay, hit OK. So this is the one I need to look at. Okay, I need to put a fillet on him, and I'm going to say 3 on him as well. I might could go a little further. I think I will. Get a little more strength. I'm going to go up to a 6. Let's see what a 9 does. Kind of liking that. Okay, I like that a lot. Hit OK. Now it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but as close of a proximity as close of approximation that we can. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and save this file, and we'll come back to this in a moment. Alright, so we got our part to this point right here. Let's go ahead and look at it kind of more in a 3D focused view. So we're going to go back over to this section, and again we're going to move down the timeline here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the sketches off, and I'm going to go ahead and put this kind of in a 3D view as well. And let's go to the next one, and apparently it's a sketch. So if I click on this, it's that last sketch. So I'm going to edit him. Let's see what he has. Okay, the last sketch was I included it up to 8mm. Yeah, I know about that. We've already done that, so we'll keep going. I came back and did that. Go to the next sketch. I know what that cut was. Keep going. Let's figure out what that one was. We know what that's all about. That's fine. We'll come over here to this one, and we'll hit Edit Sketch. Let's see what we got for that. Okay, yeah. Here's the slots. Okay, so again, I think those are on 40mm on that original sketch. 40mm from one side to the next. And that should be good. So what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this right here on our new part. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to create a center rectangle. First of all, let's say we're going to create a new sketch. I'm going to select that surface. We'll create a center rectangle. Before I do that, let's put a line in. Put me a construction line in. I'll find the center of that. Go over here somewhere out here in space, and I'm going to key in probably there 40mm. 40mm. So we got that in. We'll go get our center rectangle right here, and we'll pull this up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that's 3mm. Hit the tab key. I don't know what that is. I'm going to say it's 9. Not 100% sure. Let's go find out. Yeah, it's 6. Okay, it's 3 by 6. Gotcha. Okay, glad I checked that. So again, center rectangle. And we're gonna say 3 tab 6. Okay, good. That looks good. Now, granted, it's a constructed line, so we'll go ahead and convert that back. Now, I've got a couple ways of doing this. One of the things I like to do is I like to do a lot of mirror commands. So I'm gonna find the midpoint of this, come down right here, and I'm just gonna do a mirror. Pull that down so I can see it. Get this guy right there. Hit my midpoint, and I'll rotate it over. Good, it's in it. I don't think I did that when I actually designed it, but I like that better. Okay, so we got that in. Let's hit Finish Sketch. Okay, Finish Sketch. And now what I'm going to do is come back to this guy, and I'm going to roll this over, and let's see what it does. Hit Finish Sketch, roll it over. Okay, and it looks like it did an extrude on that first one. Not sure how deep. Let's go and do an edit feature and see how deep it was. Okay, it's 10mm. Got that. Let's go to the next sketch. 10mm. Okay, so we know what to do, and we'll come back here, and we're going to say extrude. We're going to grab this shape. I'm going to hold my shift key down, see if I can get them both at the same time. Okay, now I'm going to say negative 10mm, which should do a cut, and it did. Alright, that looks great. Looks great. Yeah, we kind of cut into this a little bit here. That's going to be a problem, because that would interfere. If that board comes down here, that's going to interfere with the ball. Okay, so this is where we do a live edit. So what we're going to do is going to come back to this, and where we got this number set at 40, we're going to go 42 and hit enter. Okay, let's see when I finish that sketch if it changed some stuff. It actually did. It did change. I'm still getting a little bit of a cut through right here. I'm not worried about that. That'll be fine. So that looks good. All right, let's save our file. Just make sure we're on the right path, saving that file. I think this thing is coming along pretty good. So let's go to the next step. And let's kind of roll out here. Oh, we got a lot of steps to go. Let's just keep chugging away here. So the next one is there's a sketch. I'm not sure which sketch that is. So I'm going to turn sketches on. And I'm going to turn these off until I find that right sketch and figure out what I did. It's kind of a CSI way of trying to figure out how I designed something. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab that sketch. I'm going to hit edit. And what does that tell me? It really doesn't tell me anything. I don't know what that was for. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Go to the next feature, which was a plane. And what did I do on that plane? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's go to the next sketch. I did a sketch on the... Oh, I know what I did. Let's go right mouse click. Yeah, put that profile in right there for that for the rubber band. So let's edit that sketch. Okay, before we do that though, let's go back and look at this plane. So I wanted to get in the middle of that slot, so I can be perpendicular on that midpoint bracket with the rubber bands. So let's edit feature, and it looks like it's 3 millimeters. Doesn't seem right. Well, I know what we'll do. We'll come out of that. We'll go back over here, and we're going to put an offset plane. And oh, I know what it did. It did 3 millimeters off of this because that was 6. That makes sense. So I'll come over here and I'll select that face there, and I'm going to come back 3 millimeters, which would put me right in the middle. That's where I want to be. Good. Okay. So now I'm going to come up here to the side view or front view, and let's go back and check this guy here. Same thing. We're going to turn that sketch on so I could see the edit sketch on it. And I'm going to, it's going to be 6 by 6. Okay. Okay, I see what I did. So I come over here and I'm going to draw that sketch on this plane, and I'm going to grab this somewhere about right there, come down. I'm not sure if I'm snapping onto that. Let's start over. Come over here to here. I got grid snap on, turn that off. Come over here and grab to that. Still not finding it. That's okay. We'll just put a line, put a shape in like this. Okay, so now let's see if we can establish some relations to it. Let's make sure that this line is coincident or collinear in this case with that line. It's collinear. It's not working. Okay. Let me figure out how I did that. I'm going to say you, sir, here are coincident, or this guy here. How'd that work? Didn't want that at all. Control Z. I want to stay right in that area. So let's go up here and look at this. Okay, let me come back to this. I'll figure out what to make this thing. Okay, I know what to do now. I was using the wrong constraint. I'm going to go coincident. I'm going to select this guy, and I'm going to select that one. That moved it down. Same here, same there. Got it right there. Okay, that's much better. Let's go back and look at our sketch. And it looks like from that point over, he's 6 millimeters. Let's go over and do the same thing. I don't know if that's going to actually work, but we'll try it. So we'll hit the D key, and we'll say dimension. We're going to say 6 millimeters. Okay, that looks good. Let's go back and look at this one. And there's a 3 millimeter gap, so he cuts a gap in here somewhere. I'm going to go do the same thing. So let's see if this works. I'm just going to put another rectangular shape in here, like right in here. I'll trim it out. So let's put some measurements on that. Let's go hit the D key for dimension. We said 3 millimeters there. It's pretty close. Okay. And then I'll come over here and make this from here to there 6 millimeters. It's pretty close. It's a little too close, actually. Let me go back and look at this. Oh, okay. He's more in the center of that right there. So let's go and see what I can do on that. Yeah, I'm further back over here. Okay, yeah, this slot is not big enough. Let's try putting a dimension in here. Hit the D key for dimension. I'll come in here and I'll grab that. If I can grab that face, and it says 11. I don't know. Let's try 15. Oh, wrong direction. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take and do. Oh, here's what I'll do. I'll hit the dimension key here. Come over here and I'm gonna say, I don't know, 5. Yeah, that moved it out quite a bit. Maybe too much. Let's go with 3. 4 might be the ticket. Yeah, 4 is gonna work fine. Okay, we got that. All right, now let's go ahead and hit our S key for shortcut and let's trim. Let's trim this out, and trim out this and this. Okay, let's see if we can do a midpoint extrude. We might have some trouble doing that, but we're going to find out. Hit the E key to extrude. Yeah, it's going to work. Okay, and I said midpoint. I want to go symmetric, and I want to go probably 5. That's way too big, and it's a cut. We don't want that. So let's go with 3. See where we're at on 3. I'm liking 3. Let's try 2.5 just to see what we got. I'm liking 2.5. How about 2? I think 2 is the ticket. That's what we'll go with. Okay, that works. Now, let's go back and look at this other one. Okay, I'm gonna hit finish sketch. Roll this over here like that. That looks good. Roll this over here like that. Okay, I don't know what that one was for, but we'll keep going. Come over here to this. Right mouse click, edit sketch. It should be on the opposite end. What we're doing here. Okay, rotate that around. Oh, I see. There's a little nub right there. Let's go see if there's a nub on ours. No, ours is clean. So we can bypass that on this one here. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to the next one here. See what that was. Edit sketch. Yeah, it's that little piece there. They extruded it out. Gotcha. Okay, we'll get out of that. Let's keep going. See if he puts his finished sketch. Keep going. Put the fillet in. Let's figure out what that fillet is. Fillet is 6 millimeters. Okay, so we'll come back to this. We'll put our fillet in. Hit the F key for fillet. We'll select this guy. I'm gonna select these two at the same time. We're gonna put 6 in. Looks good. I'm liking that. Okay, part's coming right along. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Let's see if we got something else in. Oh, he didn't extrude up. Okay, I can do that. Let's figure out how far he went up though. He went up. That's a strange number, but let's do this. Let's say 5.5. So I'm going to come over here to this, hit my E key, and I'm going to say -5.5. Okay, got that in. Yeah, those rubber bands should be able to hold on that. That should be fine. Okay, back to this guy here. Let's scoot over and let's see what our next sketch is. Right mouse click. Yep, going down that end over there. So this, I actually kind of like how I did this better over here. He just came right off the center of that, did a rectangle by center, and then trimmed it out to that edge. That is so much better. Not sure what this distance is, but we'll figure that out. In fact, we're going to do that right now. We're going to figure out this distance from here to here. Okay, that's 14.18. Okay, we're just going to say 14. We'll round down. Okay, so we're going to come back over here to ours. We're going to go create a new sketch, rotate this around, go to top view, come over here to this. We're going to say sketch, pick that plane, and we'll go rectangle by center, and that's it right there. We're going to come out this way. I said 14 is what I said. That's not far enough. Let's say ×2. Whoops, ×2. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, we got that. Then I'm going to hit the tab key. I'm going to say 6. Yep, that looks good. Okay. All right. Okay, let's come in and trim these out. Don't need this anymore. Okay. Let's rotate that around. Let's see if we can get an extrude. Now on that extrude, we want to say join, and we want to go down to this edge right here. Okay, whoa, what happened here? Something is not good. Let's check this out here. That should be the same color. It's not. So I'm going to do Control Z. I don't know what happened on that. Let's make sure everything is touching. Now it doesn't look like it's touching. Okay, okay, we can fix that. I'm going to draw a line here to there. No biggie. Hit my shortcut key and we'll extend over to there. Same thing here. Hit the trim key. Okay. Roll out. Okay, let's try this again. Is that extrude? I'm going to grab that shape there. And I'm going to say join. And I'm going to scroll all the way down to, I'm going to grab that point. Yeah, that looks a lot better. But this piece right here is bugging me. So I'm going to deselect that. Yes, I like that much better. Okay. And I'm going to check a dimension real quick. Let's roll this over here. I'm going to check that, edit that sketch. Okay, it was 6 millimeters. All right, that's good. Let's go back here and double check we're 6 millimeters. I for inspect. Yep, 6 millimeters. Okay, I can do that. All right, all right, all right, all right. We'll accept that. Close it. Go back here, and we'll finish that sketch. We'll come over here to this. Let's do, oh, he only went down to that one piece there. Okay, I can do that too. Let's go back here to this guy. I should have looked at that. And let's edit that last extrusion. Edit sketch. Rotate this up here. Set a -16. I'm going to highlight this. And I'm going to click on that right there. That's much better. Okay, good. Got that in. All right, now moving back over here to this guy. Let's continue down. Okay, it looks like I did another sketch in there somewhere. Edit sketch. Okay, so I did a sketch right on that. I don't know what I did as far as the size of that. I got there. I can move. I can measure that. So I'm going to go from here over to here, and I'm going to copy that distance. Copy that distance. It's about 10 millimeters. Come back over here. Rotate this up. I'm going to draw on this plane a new sketch, and I will come in here and do a rectangle by center, or center rectangle. Come out here to this, and I'm going to go 20, which should be 10 from that point. That'll work. Hit OK. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit my trim command. I'm going to trim this out, trim that out, trim that out, trim that out. Get these out of here. Same over here, and get these gone. Alright, let's see how much he extruded that. So we'll go back to this part here and let's figure out that extrusion. So I'm going to go finish that sketch, right mouse click, edit sketch, and he went up -0.25 of a millimeter, -2.5. So I'll copy that, come right here, and we're going to do an extrude. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know what to do. I know what to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to this bottom view. We're going to put a circle in there to meet that edge. So I'm going to go do a circle by center to right there. That'll work. Then I'm going to hit my S key for shortcut, and I'm going to trim that circle. Right there, right there, right here. I don't know what that is. Alright, we said we're going to extrude that 2.5. Extrude. Here, here. Negative 2. Whoops, that's a little bit much. Negative 2.5. Yes, that's in there. Okay, let's rotate around. We're making good progress. I know this is a complicated part, but we're actually making good progress. And this is reverse engineering. This is a classic thing you're going to do when you get out into the real world. You're going to have to reverse engineer parts. Sometimes you have to reverse engineer old parts that aren't manufactured anymore, so you can remanufacture them. Okay, these are 6mm fillets. I did 2 edges. I'm gonna do 1 edge and get them both. So we'll come back over here. We'll grab this guy right there, rotate around. We'll grab that guy right there, and we'll say fillet 6mm. Done. Okay, good progress. All right, let's see what the next thing is on our list. Let's save real quick so we don't lose our work. Hit save. Let's come back over here and let's find out the next step. He extruded that down. Let's figure out what he did it to. Okay, he went down 3mm. Hey, we got that. Piece of cake. Come back over here, hit our E key, grab that. 3mm. Okay, got it. Okay, let's go look at that in 3D view. Looking good. Let's take a stop here for a minute, grab a cup of coffee, and come back to this. Well, I got my cup of coffee, and that is a good thing. And I was so focused on designing this part. Oh, we still got more things to do. Okay, I thought I was finished, but I'm not. Okay, let's keep going. All right, let's go to the next feature. And what did he do on that? I don't know what he did on that. Let's grab this. Oh, he came up under here and put a fillet in. Okay, well, let's look at that fillet and see what it was. Doing this probably to keep the rubbing on the rubber band so it doesn't break the rubber band. That would be a smart move. So we'll put a 2mm fillet there on ours. That's actually a good call. So we'll come in, plus it gives it a lot of strength. So I'll get it right there, and I'm going to say 2mm. Easy peasy. Let's go to the next feature, roll over. What's the next one? Now you put another one in right here. Let me click on this so you can see it. See it right there? Okay, let's see what it was. Probably 1mm. No, it's 2mm as well. Okay, we'll roll with that. Come back over here, scroll this around. Let's go select that feature, hit the F key for fillet. We'll say 2mm. There you go. All right, not too bad, not too bad. That should stop some of the chafing on the rubber band so it can complete the track and the race just fine. Okay, let's keep creeping along here. Okay, what was the next thing? It's like you put a fill on the outside edge. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do that too. I thought something looked different. Okay, 2mm on that. Grab those two surfaces. Okay, let's go ahead and go back over here to this. I'll rotate this around. Okay, good. Let's grab that edge, holding our shift key down. Grab the second edge, hit fillet, 2mm. Done. Yep, nice. Go back, roll out, see what we got here. Let's keep running down the line here. I'm not sure. Okay, same thing over there. I bet you it was 2mm. Yes, it was. Not a problem. Go back here, rotate to the other side, and pan this over a little bit. I'm going to grab that edge, and grab this edge, and I'm going to say fillet. Is it 2mm? Yeah, 2mm. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, nice. That works. And let's go back to the old guy here. Let's scroll down this way. What happened here? I saw something. Let's check this out. Edit feature. Okay, he went up just a little bit. I don't know if we need to do that. Let's come back over here and look at ours. Yeah, we could do that. In fact, that's probably smart because you see here it's just down, this is up. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that too. So we'll go back to that feature, take one more look at it. He went up, just highlight that and grab it. Don't have to worry about making a decision on that. Hit the E key to extrude. We'll pan over here, grab that face, go Control V. Boom, done. Got it. Okay. Coming back out of here. Let's see. Okay, we're there. Okay, let's come over here to this guy. Let's rotate this over. Looks like I put a 1. I want to guess that's a 1 degree fillet. Let's check it. 0.5. Okay, smaller than that. So we'll come back over here and do the same thing. And I'll come up here and I'll put a fillet. Select that corner. 0.5. There she is. Good. Scroll that around so we can see it better. Go back here to this guy. Let's keep going. And I think this is the last thing we got to edit. Let's see what that is. It's another fillet. 0.1. We got this. We got this. Grab that shape there. Hit fillet. And we're going to say 1. Perfect. Now, there's some other things you could do. If you notice, this kind of flares out a little bit right here. You could come in and round that out a little bit. I don't know if it's necessary, but you could put that in there. I'm going to go with this right now. If it's a problem, I'll come back and use a file and file it down so it's more round so it don't snap the rubber bands. But this is a complicated part, and we did a great job of following every step on the list here. Oh, we may not be done yet. Hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's see, got that filled in. Let's see where we are right here. Yeah, we're done. We've got all our stuff in. The part is finished. Let's go back and look at ours right here. Yep, she's done. Let's save her. Hit OK. And go back here to this one. Make sure we save it again so it doesn't mess up our assembly. In fact, I'm going to go check the assembly and make sure I do a revision update on that so that gets updated. Hopefully it didn't cause any problems. I don't think it did. Alright, fellow compute, let's go ahead and rotate this up. Look at it. I'm going to turn that grid off. Grid lock. Display. Okay, good. So yeah, it looks clean. Nothing messed up. We made a few little changes, but nothing too dramatic. But pat yourself on the back. This is a complicated part. And just to show you how organic it looks, let's go to Visual Style, Shaded. If you look at that, that's a real challenging part to do. That would be like getting certified, having to design a part like that in the certification testing. But that's a great part, and it does an awful lot. It's kind of it, and this, the center ball is the heart of the car. So that looks really good, and I think we'll now move on to the other side and design that part as well.